Okay. Mark Christensen.
Kent Christensen.
Although I kind of go by Kent because Christensen is forever a name.
What about Kara?
Spell.
What about Kara?
Stop talking about my sister. I don't know. She usually is my sister. Woo! Hey guys. I am like angry. I am you can can't you tell I'm extremely angry right now. It's just raging through my body. Politically, I'm like I watch, I read, I do all these things. I'm an amazing person. Okay, I just did a Trump impression. That's what I was talking about. That's what I'm angry about. Trump right now. I am so enraged. And it's not even like the bad things he's doing. It's the stupid things he's doing. That's what makes me so angry. I look at this thing with like Iran, and I'm like, I don't know if you guys know, we had a deal with Iran where they didn't make nukes.
Right.
And then now we gave up on the deal. And now Iran can make nukes. And that's that's our thing. That's what we've accomplished. And the reasoning behind it is so stupid. He's like a 7-year-old. He's like, Barack made a deal. The deal's over. He's done that with everything. It makes me mad. It really makes me mad. And then I look at this North Korea thing, and I'm like, and people or the press was like, oh, maybe he's making progress. He's not making progress in North Korea. The North Koreans have done the same thing for the last 70 years where they test nukes or do get closer to that kind of stuff. And then they show up and they're like, oh, we'll play nice for a while. And everyone's like, oh, phew, they're going to play nice. And then they're like, oh, we're going to test nukes again. They're like, oh, no. The only difference this time is Trump got on the train with them and started like yelling back and forth for no reason. He's like, and then Trump's like, and then they're like, oh, we'll play nice. And we're like, oh, we'll play nice too. Oh, what a concept. What the heck? We got the same results from just ignoring. Now, and even today, Junior. I don't know what it just rose out of me. But like today, they said North Korea said they're going to play nice, and they're like, oh, it's okay if you do tests with South Korea, no problem, and then or like exercises, and then today they're like, oh, United States, you did an exercise with South Korea, that's horrible, we feel threatened, we're putting off the whole peace process. Or like slightly, they still haven't canceled the whole thing. The United States is like, what's going on? Well, of course you know what's going on. You're dealing with a 34-year-old guy who's the leader of a country. I'm 35. Like, I could be the leader of North Korea right now. That would be insane. And he's got the same playbook where he goes over and over again, except now he's got even more power, which is kind of sad. Anyway, I know this is usually when I start talking scary things about North Korea, that's when my set takes a dive. And everyone's like, everyone just starts freaking out. Oh, no, we're all going to die. Oh, but it's like, North Korea is... but it's not even, they're not going to nuke anybody. North Korea doesn't want to nuke. All that guy wants to do is hold on to power. And like, as long as he says, oh no, the U.S. is coming, then he gets to hold on to power. So nothing is getting accomplished. And then Trump is just doing like, and then he's not even good at like hiding his stuff. I mean, like, usually, at least when you have a politician, somebody who's been in it for a while, they know how to hide the bad things they've done. You know, kind of keep it off to the side, they kind of play by the rules and then do things off on it. But Trump doesn't hide it. He doesn't hide it well. It's like all right there. You have Stormy Daniels, like, laying out in front of him. And he's doing, like, corrupt deals, like, from the White House steps. And his lawyer's, like, calling up people and is like, hey, I'm Trump's lawyer, and I want to do deals with you, and I could get influence. And then you've even got like AT&T being like, okay, that sounds like AT&T should have known better. Anyway, I don't know if you guys heard about that. But yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I watched John Oliver stuff.
Yeah, John Oliver, yeah. And I'm like, the scary thing for me is, this is not something I like to talk about in Hollywood, but I'm like a conservative. But I now agree with like everything that John Oliver's saying. I agree with everybody. That Bill Maher, like I'm in such a strange place right now where I can sit down and watch Bill Maher and say, yeah, pretty much everything he's saying right now, I totally agree with. That's a unique position for a conservative to be in throughout my whole life. But I mean, I don't know, it's created solidarity. Also, like, it's created weird scenarios. Like, I wore khaki pants, like, my whole life. It's just what I wore. It was slacks. I thought they were more comfortable than jeans. I wore khaki pants. Recently, like shortly a while back, I'm wearing khaki pants down the street, and some white guy yells out his window, "Hey, I like your pants," and I know that guy's racist, and I'm like, oh no, I can't wear khaki pants anymore. It's like the weirdest thing. I'm scared to death now when I wear white khaki pants and have a white t-shirt that someone's gonna think I'm like trying to show. Anyway, that's hopefully it's weird stuff. Yeah, anyway. 1 minute, all right. So now, this has come down. Now I'm getting less angry. Thank you guys for just letting me work out my anger on stage. Mueller's coming, so I'm happy for that. I know he's taking his time, but that's how the good ones work, you know? He's kidding from like all sides. And that's how you have to do with when you're dealing with a child who has power and they're running around the room, you have to like close it on all sides. You have to be ready. You have to hide the kitchen knives and like close the window. And you're just like, this kid's throwing a tantrum right now, and we just have to put him in a soft, quiet, safe place. And hopefully that's where, if he's guilty of half the things that it appears that he's admitted to, then that's where Trump ends up, is in a soft, quiet place. Solitary confinement in jail. But if he's innocent of all the things he's already admitted to, then I guess good for him, I guess. And he's a great comedian, so when he's not saying stuff that's horrible. All right, that's me. Thank you. I'm Kent. Thank you guys. I appreciate you. I'm on Now Kent on Facebook and everywhere else.
All right. Now Kent. If you sit on my Facebook, I'll kiss your Twitter.
Dun, dun, dun.
Jack, you ready to do this?